Hello and welcome to Norwood News. Today is Friday, September 5th, and I'm Kiki Thaxter. School has started up again, and we are thrilled to be back to our weekly newscasts. This week on Norwood News, we went inside the halls of the brand new Coakley Middle School, and I went across the globe for the newest edition of Sweet Treats with Keeks. But first, September usually means a few things. Kids are heading back to school, folks are grilling for Labor Day, and the feeling of fall is on the horizon. But for one person from Norwood, it marks the beginning of a grueling month for a phenomenal purpose.
Andrew Cronin, Norwood resident and member of the NHS class of 2017, has been putting his body through the ringer every September for the last 4 years by completing the Murph Challenge. The Murph Challenge, usually done around Memorial Day and started by the Lieutenant Michael P. Murphy Memorial Scholarship Foundation, is not just a physical test, but also a mental and emotional one. Anyone who attempts the Murph is pushed to their limits by completing a 1-mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 squats, and finishing off with another mile run. Andrew found out about this workout by a friend in 2020, after the pandemic had sent everyone home.
I was studying abroad in Spain. I got sent home because COVID started. I was at the Cape with my best friend Liam McAleer. He came up to me, he's like, "You want to try out this workout? It's called a Murph." And I was like, "That sounds terrible. Like, I surely can't do it, but I'll try," right? So we actually did it along the Cape Cod Canal. There was a pull-up bar there. We ran it. He was a beast. I can't even remember if I finished it. If I did, it might have taken 2 hours, but extremely grueling. It was hard. I was like, finished it, I'm never doing this again.
Andrew did do it again, every day for a month, this time in September of the same year. The question is, why? Why would anyone will themselves to go through that every single day?
And so then going into September, I was going back to school. I went to UMass and all the classes were online. And I was thinking, like, I need something that will keep me from just like sitting around the house all day, because I was never gonna leave. Me and Liam started doing them in September, and like 3 days in, he calls me, and it was brutal. The third day he calls me and he goes, "Yo, like, I don't know why we're doing this. This is so difficult that I need a reason to think about that'll keep me doing, because other than this, we're not gonna finish this. We don't have the will." And then it was his idea. He said, "September is Suicide Awareness Month. Why don't we do it for that?" And I thought it was a great idea, especially because suicide is something that's affected my family, my immediate family. My father committed suicide in 2018. So when he said that, I was like, book it. And then the rest of the month was a lot easier.
The first year, Andrew and Liam kept their reason for continuing to do it between the two of them until the end of the month. They both used social media to recap and reminisce about September and how important mental health and suicide prevention is. They counted on the workout being tough, but what they didn't count on is how much their posts could potentially help people.
Because especially for men, it's not something that gets talked about a ton. And so at the end of the month, me and Liam wrote something about suicide. It was very nice, posted on Instagram, and then I recorded a video myself for like 2 or 3 minutes talking about it. And I was so nervous when I posted, I turned my phone off, threw it away, and I turned it on again the next morning. And I had like 80 comments, and there were like 20 or 30 people DM me, and 5 or 10 of them were people that I didn't even know, just saying like how this helped them so much, and that kind of blew my mind. So after that was the first year, I was like, yeah, we're gonna keep this going until the wheels fall off. If anyone needs to talk about anything, wants to pick my brain on this stuff, I find that the way through a lot of these issues is just like reaching out when you need help and talking about it, you know? And I don't have the hubris to think that there's much more I can do to fix this issue or anything besides that. But that's something I'd be happy to do. So
to see what he posted the last few years, as well as his daily Murph times, you can head to his Instagram. Andrew often shares on his story other people's Murph times as well, and many of them have been on this journey with him for a few years.
Liam, who I've mentioned a couple times, me and him, we started this together, so he was there from the beginning. There's a long list of people that have done it and been supportive. It goes up some years, it goes down some other years. Kyle Condon, I think we got on in the 3rd year. He's been huge. Coleman Ivory, I think he stopped doing them like a year ago, but he's a beast. My cousin Jack, for sure. Max Kane has been big, posting it, spreading awareness. Nick Salas is another kid. And I'm gonna forget a bunch of them, but maybe 2 years ago, we had like 15 people doing it at once. Friends I met when I was in Colorado, a lot of Liam's friends because he went to Mass Maritime, from Mass Maritime. And it's cool because to varying degrees, everyone will post things or just, you know, kind of get the word out there. And where for a couple of the years we were raising money, we've kind of, this year, for various reasons, not even trying to raise any money, just trying to get awareness out there and see people talk about it. You know, and all those guys have just done that. So the message would be that because I've seen suicide, because it's affected me personally, before this challenge, I thought about it a lot in my life. It's just, whatever, curiosity, or it was something that was very present. And something that I thought about it, the reason, because the two can seem very unrelated. What does having to do this hard workout every day for a month have to do with suicide prevention? And I find that when you're really struggling with things, and especially people that are, you know, contemplating thoughts like that or down that road, the only thing I see that you can do to help yourself is to act, you know? And this is a challenge that's so difficult that no matter how bad, part of it is like, all right, you look back at the end of the month or even while you're doing it, and no matter how bad you felt, no matter how bad you felt about yourself, October 1st, you look back and you're like, all right, maybe I'm a loser, maybe I'm a piece of crap, but at least I could do that. And it's a way of empowering yourself, because the first year we were doing them, before even the challenge and the suicide prevention, and that summer, me and my cousin Jack Kelly, we did a Murph and we were tired. We'd been working here a ton, and we would run together. We would always sprint the final stretch, and you call it emptying the tank. And right before we were turning the corner, I looked at him and I said, this right here, it was like 5:30 in the morning. I was like, this right here, this is something that nobody can take away from you. No matter what happens today, this is something you get up every morning, you do it, you put in that work, and no one can take this from you. And I strongly believe that you do that, and then you do it again, and then you do it again. You build the bricks of being able, like, forget what anyone else thinks, that you can look at yourself in the mirror and respect yourself.
NCM stopped by one of our favorite places, the Norwood Senior Center, to visit with Director Carrie McCarthy and learn all about the activities planned for September at the center.
Hello everyone, it's Carrie McCarthy, the Director of the Norwood Senior Center and Council on Aging. I'm here today with an update for all things happening in September. We had a great summer here, and we're going to have an even better fall. We're starting the month off with a presentation on Thursday, September 11th. It is called Music and Memory. It is about a 92-year-old woman who became a social media star and performed some great music. So her daughter will be here on that day telling her story. It's been well received at many other senior centers. We also have Cheryl Fay returning, and she's going to do a historical presentation on Helen Keller, and that is Friday, September 19th at 1 p.m. We have our normal design your own greeting card. We have our monthly line dance party with Susan. We have a presentation from a woman, an author who wrote Fight Like a Girl. So we have a lot of different events along with our regular exercise and fitness and games. One thing to please note that open enrollment begins October 15th. If you need to get an appointment with one of our Shine counselors, please call the center as soon as you can. Those appointments are filling up. It is also fuel assistance time. So if you are getting any of your renewal applications and need some assistance, please reach out to Kathleen Rooney, and she will help you with with anything you need for your fuel assistance, along with any other services that you need. And lastly, our lunch program returns on September 15th. We will continue with the grab and go style in our parking lot. You can dine in, which of course we encourage you to come here and have your lunch and share it with friends. And for the homebound people, we will continue to deliver. We're here if you need us. If you want a copy of our newsletter, just reach out and we will get you one in the mail as soon as we can. Have a great month.
Established in 2016, the Community Preservation Committee has been funding restoration projects across Norwood. Committee member Debbie Homewood is sharing important information about how you can get involved.
Hi, I'm Debbie Homewood, and I'm a member of the Community Preservation Committee. The purpose of this committee is to approve projects funded through the Community Preservation Act, also known as the CPA. Town meeting voted to adopt the Community Preservation Act in 2016. The Norwood voters approved the CPA in 2016 at the general election. Norwood voters approved a 1% surcharge on local real estate taxes that can be found at the top right-hand corner of your tax bill. The money raised can be used for the following: acquire, create, and preserve open space. Acquire, preserve, rehabilitate, or restore historic resources. Acquire, create, preserve, and support community housing, and acquire and preserve land for recreational use. You can review the list of 45 current approved projects on the town's website at norwoodma.gov. And I would like to highlight a few of those examples. $75,000 to update Memorial Hall benches. $88,000 to resurface the Bond Street tot lot that we all know and love. $415,000 for the restoration of the Town Hall carillon bells that we love to hear Lee Leach play every week. $530,000 for the rehabilitation of the old parish cemetery. $350,000 for windows and sidings at the McDonough Community Housing Complex, plus a state match of $800,000. $805,000 from the CPA for Bernie Cooper Park, with a state match of $800,000 from the Massachusetts Land and Water Fund. $300,000 for the roof at the Washington Heights Housing Complex, plus $750,000 in matching funds from the state. $49,000 for the Butterfly Park on Endicott Street. That's only to name a few. The Community Preservation Committee is always accepting applications for consideration, and we would love to encourage members of the community to submit applications. The application forms are also on the town's website. To learn more about the Community Preservation Act and our commission, we are having 3 informational sessions in September. We will be at the Norwood Library on Tuesday, September 16th at 6:30 p.m. The Norwood Senior Center on Monday, September 22nd at 1 p.m. and the Norwood Recreation Center on Thursday, September 25th at 6 p.m. Please stop by and learn more about the Community Preservation Act and its projects. This money is raised by your taxes, and we want and need your input. We'd love to see you all there at any of these 3 venues. Please come with your questions. We're looking forward to answering any and all questions. If we can't, we'll get back to you. Thank you.
When Norwood News returns, we get the latest from Clayton Cheever about what's going on at the library. We take a look at a mouth-watering living local, and Ron Marshalsea has the first sports update of the school year.
Well, welcome to a very special edition of Ernie's Jukebox. My name is Ernie Pachakowski, and I am honored to have as my special guest Todd Huffman, who portrays guitarist Robbie Krieger and his band The Ultimate Doors, who will be performing at the beautiful Norwood Theater Friday night, September 19th. Welcome to Norwood, Todd. I'm glad to have you.
Well, hey, Ernie, thank you. Thanks for reaching out to me. This is going to be so enjoyable, and I appreciate the opportunity to speak with you today.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Tell us about your other band members, where you're from, and just a quick bio.
Sure. So we are based out of Dayton, Ohio, and kind of a nice central area to do what we do. And, I started a band. We don't tell everybody, but I'm going to break the news today. The drummer is my son. So he and I are kind of the brainstorming behind this. He started playing drums to my Doors records when he was real little. He's like, Dad, are you going to still be playing music when I get older? And I'm like, well, I hope so. So here we are today. And so that's kind of, we don't really tout that, but I just broke it to everybody there. So Jordan Huffman is the drummer, and then he's from the Dayton, Ohio area. And our organist, his name is Brandon Eifred. He's from Fort Wayne, Indiana. And our singer that portrays Jim is Darian Kinney, and he's from Memphis, Tennessee. And so we just all kind of met, just chatting kind of with social media. And 4 years later, here we are touring, nationally touring. That's what we do full time. And we're so excited to bring this show to Norwood.
We've been talking here with Todd Huffman, who portrays Robbie Krieger of the Ultimate Doors. And Todd, I want to really thank you for taking time out of your very busy schedule to talk to us tonight. And I'm looking forward to the show. Again, it's the Ultimate Doors at the Norwood Theater on Friday night, September 19th. I want you to be there or be square. Todd, thank you.
Right.
Thank you very much for taking time and speaking to me tonight.
You're so welcome. And people can go to www.theultimatedoors.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, you name it. We're socially involved. And I hope to meet you at the show. Please come up and say hi to me.
I will. I definitely will. I'll seek you out.
NCM has been following the Coakley Middle School construction and demolition every step of the way, documenting as much as possible to share with all of you. Let's take a look at one of the final walkthroughs before the first day of school. September means back to school, and Clayton Cheever, director of the library, is ready with some events and books to share on this edition of Moral Moment.
Greetings, library lovers. Welcome to the Morrill Memorial Library, Norwood's public library for everyone. I hope you had a wonderful summer and are ready for the changing of the seasons. The library will be closed Saturday through Monday of Labor Day weekend, and then will be open every following day this month, from 9 in the morning until 9 at night, every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. From 10 to 5 on Fridays, 9 to 5 on Saturdays, and 1 to 5 on Sundays. I'm Clayton Cheever. I use he, his pronouns, and I'm your library director. Now, I'm going to tell you about some things happening at the library this month, recommend some books, and tell you about some other ways you can benefit from your library. Our next TikTok craft program for teenagers is happening on Tuesday afternoon, September 16th. If you're in your teens or you know someone, or someone you know, knows the frustration of losing your headphones, lip balm, or loose change, come create a convenient container to store them in, an Altoid tin wallet. Registration is required, so sign up today. Dmitry Yakolev is a dual citizen of Russia and the United States and was in Moscow on the day Putin started the war on Ukraine. He's been raising funds to purchase power generators for Ukrainian maternity and psychiatric hospitals and wholeheartedly supports Ukrainian freedom. Join him in person here at the library on Thursday evening, September 25th, to learn his thoughts about stopping Putin's war, what's in the news and what is not. You'll want to register soon for this program, as I expect it will quickly reach capacity and you want to reserve your spot. We are grateful to the Friends of the Library for helping make this program possible. School starts this month. We have some great online resources to help Norwood students. You can use your library card to access Gale Academic One file and quickly access articles from scholarly journals and other trusted periodicals. With over 8,000 academic journals, hundreds of podcasts, and transcripts from NPR, CNN, and the CBC, as well as full-text New York Times content starting in 1985, you are sure to find trustworthy and valuable sources. Now, let's dive into some fantastic books. Whether you're looking for a delightful read for kids or something more profound for adult readers, we have got something special for everyone. Let's jump right in. Can you taste the savory spices and hear children counting in 2 languages? That's the world Maria Dolores Aguila and illustrator Erica Meza invite you into with Menudo Sunday, a Spanglish counting book. Each spread pairs warm pencil and charcoal art with digital color as a family stirs a pot of menudo, counting from uno to quince in both English and Spanish. By the final page, you'll have a handy glossary and hosting tips, perfect for turning story time into a kitchen celebration. If you crave mystery with a supernatural twist, step into Boys with Sharp Teeth with Jenny Howell. Here, Marin James takes on a new identity to sneak into Huntsworth Preparatory Academy and uncover the unsettling truth behind her cousin's death. With dark academia vibes, morally gray characters, and mirrors revealing hidden horrors, this tense debut will have you checking reflections long after you close the book. Now, let's shift gears from vibrant picture books and pulse-pounding thrillers to 2 adult reads that couldn't be more different in tone or scope. First up, Gabriela Garcia's Of Women in Salt. This multi-generational saga moves from 19th century Cuba to present-day Miami, weaving together the lives of mothers and daughters navigating exile, loss, and the legacies they carry. Garcia's lyrical, fragmentary structure melds past and present into a haunting meditation on home and heritage. It's perfect for Hispanic Heritage Month. Finally, in The Power of Knitting, Stitching Together Our Lives in a Fractured World, economist and lifelong knitter Loretta Napoleoni unravels knitting's journey from ancient Egypt through modern yarn bombing. Blending memoir, cutting-edge neuroscience, and 10 simple patterns, Napoleoni argues that each stitch can soothe anxiety, foster community, and even fuel social change. It's part historical deep dive, part practical guide, and entirely inspiring. It's also a great accompaniment to this stash share that's happening on Saturday, September 13th. 4 books, 4 distinct adventures. Which story will you dive into first? Swing by the library to reserve your own copy or share your Menudo Sunday photos with us on Instagram at Norwood_library. Football season's getting started and baseball is getting really interesting. Are you hosting a game day watch party and need an extra cooktop or warming surface? Borrow our induction cooktop from our Library of Things for that help you need. This and so many other great games, musical instruments, pieces of equipment, and more can be found in our Library of Things. Just visit our website and browse our Library of Things from the Books and More menu to see what other treasures we have waiting for you. Before I sign off, I want to thank our dear friends of the library. Anytime the library is open, you can browse their ongoing book sale in the Nook just by the door to our parking lot. Proceeds from the sale provide support for library programs throughout the year, including the funds for crafts and supplies for programs for kids and teens. This month, they also provided the funds for reverse coloring on the 4th, the puzzle race on the 20th, and Yakovlev's presentation about stopping Putin's war on the 25th. Please, make sure you have an active membership in the Friends and support them whenever possible, as they make possible so much of what we present here. We are so grateful for all the support. That's a wrap for this Moral Moment. I'm Clayton Cheever, your guide through the wonders of the library, wishing you a super September stacked with scintillating stories and scholarly sojourns. We can't wait to see you at the library. Until next time, happy reading.
This week on Living Local, we visit Siam Lotus, a beloved Thai restaurant that has called Norwood home for nearly 20 years. From flavorful curries to warm hospitality, it's a neighborhood staple you won't want to miss.
Located on Route 1, Siam Lotus offers the best in Thai cuisine. Owner of Siam Lotus, Suri Bandasak, has her heart in her restaurant.
I handle pretty much everything from the kitchen to the front of house by creating recipes, selecting fresh high quality ingredients to greeting customer, or even serving as a waitress sometime as well. That's what I do here. Anything that to make customers happy, that's what I do. Because Siam Lotus is not just my business, it's also my passion, my pride, and my second home.
Suri makes sure everything served is fresh and authentic to her Thai roots.
So to start, I had to, go back to our passion. It's rooted from bringing the high quality, fresh ingredients together to create and blend the Thai authentic flavor, of course with care. Everything we made here is flavorful, balanced, and thoughtfully prepared.
For those just discovering the treasure of Thai food for the first time, Suri has some suggestions.
Whether or not you like stir-fry noodles, the fried rice, or the curry, I have a few dishes that I would recommend for sure. One of the signature pad Thai that I'm so proud to share with you, Brian, that it's only for Siam Lotus. We crafted the sauce ourselves so many thousand times to make sure that it's really like Siam Lotus only. To your point, you hear it right, heart is like everything we do with care and everything. And as you can see here, we have such a beautiful dining room, right? The COVID has do so much about businesses, whether or not people still like afraid to come out and they forget about us. And I wanted to remind them how beautiful this place is. It's so welcoming, relaxing, and to know that we, always serve a Thai authentic flavor food. To me, of course, you can find that pretty almost every Thai restaurant. However, what really set our apart is the atmosphere, the warm welcoming that we strive to create it. To, as I said 1,000 times, not about the welcoming atmosphere and places, but also the delicious of food that we offering.
Being located in Norwood, Suri enjoys serving the community that has always supported her restaurant.
I wanted all of our customers to know how grateful we are for the continued support. Whether you are visiting us the first time or you are a regular customer, please know that you are always welcome. You are truly appreciated. And we, on our side, committed to serving fresh flavorful Thai food with, of course, an outstanding hospitality. And I already looking forward to welcoming you and your friend, your family again and again. Yeah.
To learn more about Siam Lotus, check out their menu online, give them a call, or stop in for a quick bite.
In school news, the Norwood Public Schools kicked off the 2025-26 school year with an inspiring convocation held at 1315 Washington Street, the home of the brand new Coakley Middle School.
On Tuesday, August 26th, Superintendent Dr. Tim Luff welcomed Norwood Public Schools staff back to school with a spirited, reflective, and educational convocation. This year's event was extra special as it was held for the first time in the brand new Coakley Middle School. Teachers were greeted with coffee, snacks, and a red carpet entrance lined with enthusiastic Mustang cheerleaders. As they arrived, NHS Senior and Class President Brian Gagliard asked staff members what they were most looking forward to in the year ahead.
I'll ask you right now, how was your summer, Mr. Walk?
My summer was fantastic, thank you very much. I enjoyed some time in my new teardrop camper. I did a lot of camping. I went to Mexico, did a few things like that. It was great. How was your summer?
Great, great. What are you looking forward to this year?
Well, this year we're really focused on teams and making sure that teachers have everything that they need to be able to kind of share the islands of expertise from each of their buildings and collaborate together to bring that to the whole district.
I love that. Love
this year.
Sounds like a good year to me then. What are you looking forward to this year?
Always the students. Always the students.
What are you guys looking forward to this year?
I'm starting the school year with my new students at the Willett.
It's awesome. Have a good year.
Thank you.
How was your summer?
Excellent.
What are you looking forward to this year?
I had such an amazing summer. I'm looking forward to having some routine now.
All right, I love that for you. Have a good year. I'm here with the Saratory Corps. These guys make sure that the early educates are educated. What are you guys looking forward to this year as a duo?
I'm just excited working with my daughter and her getting to know how great the Norwood staff can be.
I'm excited to be working with my mom and getting to meet all the kids.
Sounds good. Have a good year, Saratories. Mr. O'Connor, what are you looking forward to this year?
I'm looking forward to seeing all the smiling faces of the students and just learning and growing as a community.
The stash goes hard.
Thank you.
How was your summer?
My summer was fantastic. How was yours?
Great. How was your summer?
Summer was great. So happy to be back.
Whole lot of golf?
Whole lot of golf.
What about you, lacrosse?
Never better. So happy to be back.
What are you guys looking forward to this year?
I'm really just excited to get back to it, see everyone, and back into the swing of things.
We'll see what happens. I have no idea. I'm just excited.
Just happy to be back with my two best friends.
Oh, there you go. Well, have a good year.
Thank you.
What are you looking forward to this year?
Teaching kids life lessons.
Basketball, too.
Basketball.
Miss Pennington, what are you looking forward to this year?
Just looking forward to having a great year, looking forward to seeing what this freshman academy is all about, and yeah, let's go Mustangs!
All right, have a good year. What are you looking forward to this year now you finally got your new building?
I think just seeing how everybody uses the space, because it's all new and everyone kind of has to figure it out together.
All right, well, have a good year.
Thank you.
Before the presentations began, attendees were treated to a sneak preview performance by the cast of the upcoming musical Mamma Mia, a lively way to set the tone for the day. To energize the crowd, Assistant Superintendent of Academics J.J. Munoz debuted a surprise video featuring school administrators centered around the theme, "We're all in this together." School Committee Chair and fellow educator David Hiltz then offered welcoming remarks, followed by Superintendent Luff's update on the district goals and priorities for the 2025-2026 school year. A meaningful segment featured 5 staff members from across grade levels, each sharing what teaching and learning in the Norwood Public Schools means to them. Their personal reflections echoed the day's theme and highlighted the strong sense of community within the district. The convocation concluded with a keynote address by Tim Brown, a former teacher and principal turned internationally recognized education consultant. Brown, known for helping school leaders align district-wide improvement efforts, shared actionable insights and stories from his own journey, leaving the audience motivated and energized. With a mix of celebration, reflection, and forward thinking, the convocation was a great kickoff to what promises to be a successful and unified school year in Norwood.
It's exciting to see all the teachers in the brand new Coakley Auditorium. Stay tuned all year long as NCM will be producing videos that will highlight various locations and features throughout the brand new school. Now we're going to send it over to Ron Marshalsea with your sports update.
I'm Ron Marshalsea, and this is your sports update. The fall sports season is officially underway, and it began with Media Day last Thursday afternoon, where each team took their yearbook pictures, as well as answered a few Halloween-related questions for NCM that you'll get to see as October rolls around. The football team starts their season off Friday night in Stoughton at 6 o'clock against the Black Knights. Their home game against Canton on the 12th will be live on the NCM Community Channel at 6 o'clock. The field hockey team started their season off hosting Ashland on the back turf, and they got the win 3-0. Mackenzie Conley had 2 and Allie Mannering added the 3rd. The Mustangs head to Westwood for their next matchup on Friday the 5th at 5:30. The girls soccer team had their first game after the first day of school over in Ashland, and a game on the 4th against Westwood, but couldn't grab the win in either game. The Mustangs will host Dedham on the 9th at 4 o'clock. The boys soccer team also played the Clockers on the first day of school, but lost to a tough Ashland squad as well as to Westwood on Wednesday. Captain Brody Pacheco scored his first career goal in the game against Ashland, and Helio De Silva notched his first varsity goal in the Westwood game. The Mustangs look to grab that first win of the season when they head to Dedham on the 9th at 4:15. The golf team started the season with a big win over Westwood, 235-239. Remember, the lowest score in golf wins. The Mustangs also picked up a win over Weymouth on Tuesday, 108-124, but lost to Archbishop Williams. They dropped their game against Dover Sherburne, but head to the Maplegate Country Club to play Medway on the 8th at 3:15. The volleyball team went up against Ashland at home on Wednesday and got the clean 3-0 sweep. The game ball went to Zoe Fleming, and Brenna Forbes and Hillary Medeiros each had standout performances as well. The Mustangs head to Westwood on Friday the 5th at 6. And that is all I have for this sports update. I'm Ron Marshalsea, and Norwood News will be right back after this break.
Hi, I'm Graham Brown. I'm a sophomore at Norwood High School.
Hi, my name is Angelina Giovangelo, and I'm also a sophomore at Norwood High School.
I play Sky, the fiance to Sophie.
And I'm Sophie Sheridan, the daughter of Donna Sheridan. And so Mamma Mia is going to be performed on September 5th, 6th, and 7th. Times on September 5th and 6th are at 7 o'clock p.m. And then for September 7th, it's going to be at 2 p.m.
And then we're also performing a short section on Norwood Day.
Yeah, so you should definitely come see Mamma Mia. It's
we hope
a great
to see
show.
you there.
Yes.
The Zoning Board of Appeals met at the Senior Center Tuesday night, where they held numerous public hearings, 2 of which were motioned to continue to the next meeting on October 7th. 2 special permits were approved, including a garage in a side setback, and another was approved with conditions for a single-family home addition. The minutes were then approved before the board motioned to adjourn. The zoning board will meet again on October 7th. The Community Preservation Committee met at Norwood Town Hall Wednesday afternoon. The meeting began with Debbie Holmwood discussing the Community Preservation Act information sessions on September 16th, 22nd, and the 25th. She also talked about the video she did with Norwood Community Media to help get the word out about the CPC, CPA, and the info sessions. The committee then went through the Community Preservation Plan, followed by correspondence. The CPC will meet again on September 17th. This summer, I was back in Greece taste testing some authentic Greek desserts. Let's head to Anaporoia, Greece, and take a look at this special and unique episode of Sweet Treats with Keeks.
Gεια σας, I'm here in Anaporoia. This is in the northern part of Greece. The mountain's called Beles. The town over, the village over, is Platanakia. That's where my grandmother's from, born and raised. So every year I come back to this, my roots basically. This is going to be a very special episode of Sweet Treats with Keeks. I did an episode last year on Volos, so if you saw that, get ready for this one. This is called Dinzas Cafe. So we are up in the mountains. It is packed because it's a Holy Week here in Greece. So let's go have a look. So we just took a seat. We're waiting on the waitress, but here you can order Greek frappes. It's a traditional thing here. And they also bring you some little desserts to pick at, so I will try those on camera. I honestly don't even know exactly what they're gonna bring, so we'll find out. Και εδώ, όλα εδώ. Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Oh my God, look at that chocolate, Ryan. Ευχαριστούμε πολύ. So the desserts have arrived. I'm smiling and I cannot wait to dig in. So here we have revani. This is basically a sponge cake. Has a coconut kind of flavor to it, and it's also filled with like syrup. So I'm gonna take a bite, of course, with the ice cream. Very nice. Nice and light, refreshing at the same time, and you also get that really good syrupy taste in there. It really reminds me of like a more gourmet type of sponge cake. Vanilla-y, a little bit. The flies do enjoy the smell as well. This right here is karidopita. Basically it has walnuts and it's a cake with syrup as well. Both of these are very popular here in Greece. So I'm gonna try another bite of this bad Larry. Very similar to this. This is heartier because you got the walnuts in there. But very delicious, very delicious. Now we're gonna move on to my favorite I saved for, best for last. This is the chocolatopita, basically a chocolate cake. Look at that, it looks dense, it looks beautiful. Let's dig in. And I'll add on, these are all made homemade up here in the mountains. Cheers. Huh, it's good, it's good. To be honest, it's not my favorite. I'll be honest. Maybe let me try another piece. Oh, once you get that chocolate part on the top, it really actually combines all the flavors. But all three of these cakes are basically the same kind of texture. That spongy kind of cake vibe, but all extremely delicious. I'd have to say that this was probably my favorite, the karidopita. The ravani comes second, and then the chocolate. This is like your average chocolate cake almost. And wash it down with a sip of a Freddo cappuccino. Excellent. Perfect pair. So that concludes another episode of Sweet Treats and Keeks here in my homeland, upper northern Greece. This place again is called Dinzas. It's a family-owned business. It's been here for years and years. And as you can see, people are gathered here. That concludes another episode of Sweet Treats with Keeks. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And I'm gonna dig in with this. As the Greeks would say, yamas.
Well, that's all for Norwood News. To stay up to date with Norwood Community Media, follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. As always, thank you so much for watching. I hope everyone had a great first week of school and have an amazing weekend.